We are getting ready for the upcoming City Council meeting set for Tuesday, the 21st day of January in the year 2020. From Farmers Branch City Hall, this is the 106th edition of Council Countdown on FBTV. Hello again, everyone. I'm Tom Bryson. During the next few minutes, we're going to go into detail on the upcoming City Council consent agenda and run down other items on the regular agenda at the second regular meeting for calendar year 2020. First up, after ceremonial items and a report on study session, members of the council will consider items placed on the consent portion of the agenda. There are a total of 9 items on the January 21st consent agenda. Agenda item G1 is to consider approving the City Council meeting minutes of January 7th, 2020. Item G2 is to consider excusing the absence of Councilmember Mike Baumgartner from that January 7th City Council meeting. Agenda item G3 is to consider approving resolution number 2020-012, authorizing a change order in the amount of $27,428 to PGAL Architects for the value engineering redesign work for the new Fire Station number 2 construction project. At the March 19th City Council meeting, the Fire Chief briefed Council on the status of the fire station construction bids and the value engineering recommendations brought forth by Gallagher Construction Services. To be able to take advantage of the recommendations that would allow the construction project to meet budget, PGAL Architects and their associated consultants had to redesign significant portions of the building and storm shelter. Now, PGAL and their storm shelter consultants completed the project's redesign and has submitted a change order for $27,428 to compensate them for their work that was outside the scope of their architectural services contract. Included in the new Fire Station number 2 construction budget is $68,731 in contingency funds. After paying the $27,428, there will be $41,303 remaining in contingency. City Administration recommends approving resolution number 2020-012. Agenda item G4 is to consider approving resolution number 2020-001, authorizing the city manager to execute agreements for disaster debris monitoring services with DebrisTech LLC as a primary vendor and True North Emergency Management as a secondary vendor for disaster debris monitoring and consulting services. Debris monitoring is a process by which debris left from a man-made or natural disaster is recognized, classified, and tracked as it is removed from the city for disposal. It is not the actual removal of the debris. In 2017, Addison, Carrollton, Coppell, and Farmers Branch, otherwise known as the Quad Cities, agreed to collectively secure agreements for debris hauling and debris monitoring services that can be activated after a debris-generating event that exceeds the city's capabilities. The town of Addison took the lead in issuing the request for proposal. A competitive bid RFP for the Quad Cities Debris Monitoring Agreement was posted on April 3, 2019 and closed on April 25th. DebrisTech LLC, True North LLC, and Witt O'Brien's LLC submitted proposals. Now, these proposals were scored by an evaluation committee consisting of staff from the Quad Cities based on experience, approach, capability, capacity, and availability, automated debris management system, and the associated reports and documentation, supporting information including references, FEMA documentation, and procedures, and price. Witt O'Brien's was not scored as they failed to include pricing in their proposal. DebrisTech LLC and True North Emergency Management were interviewed, and the Quad City staff agreed upon DebrisTech as a primary vendor for the debris monitoring service and True North Emergency Management as a secondary vendor. The term of each agreement is 12 months with option to extend the terms of the agreement for additional one-year periods with the same terms and conditions. Each year, the contractors will be required to submit updated labor prices for the city's review and approval. If the city does not agree with the updated pricing, at the city's option, the amounts can be negotiated or the contract can be terminated. Each of the Quad Cities is or has taken the debris monitoring agreements to their council for approval. In June of 2019, the City of Farmers Branch had 2 debris-generating events: the windstorm that resulted in a large number of downed trees across the city and a tornado straight-line wind event that sent construction material across 2 neighborhoods. Both events were managed by the city because of their relatively small scope of work. However, the city is prone to very large debris-generating events like the tornado that impacted Dallas just a few blocks south of the Farmers Branch border late last year. An event of that scale would immediately overwhelm the capabilities of our city's debris collection. The importance of entering into debris monitoring agreements ahead of a disaster is that the agreements will be debated when we need them. The City of Dallas recently entered into agreement with DebrisTech monitoring after the tornado. They did not have an agreement preemptively in place, so to work through their purchasing department in the middle of a tornado response to secure a vendor. Entering into these debris monitoring agreements would allow the city to call the primary vendor, and if not available, then call the secondary. The scope of work and services also be already agreed upon. The next step in debris management plan is to secure a debris hauling agreement. Debris hauling is the physical removal of debris from the city. If the agreement is approved, DebrisTech LLC will provide consulting services to finish the Quad Cities debris hauling RFP, which will go out for competitive bid, and the agreements back to the city for the future. City Administration recommends approving Resolution number 20-001. Agenda item G5 is to consider approving Resolution 20-013 establishing a youth council. During the October 8th City Council study session, City Council was briefed on the council model and the steps necessary to build and maintain a successful youth council. Still directed to continue researching youth councils to see a viable solution that fits Farmers Branch. This agenda item presents a model for review by the council that mitigates many of the barriers to establishing and maintaining a successful youth council. City Council will have the opportunity to review the youth council model and the implementation tools that have also been developed. This item includes Resolution 2020-13, which enables formation of council and be immediately supported with the tools that have developed. City Administration recommends approving Resolution number 20-013. Agenda item G6 is to consider approving Ordinance number 3625, amending the City's Code of Ordinances, Chapter 86, Utilities, Article 7, Municipal Drainage Utilities Subdivision, Stormwater Requirements, Section 86-606, Drainage, to add regulations related to lot and site drainage. Council adopted Ordinance number 3595 on September 3, 2019, which amended the City's Code of Ordinances to provide for the Storm Drainage Design Manual and related regulation. Section 86-606, Drainage, is being amended to add language for a lot and site drainage regulations. This language is needed in order to enforce a proposed drainage and grading affidavit to be used in conjunction with single-family home site redevelopments and stream or permitting process. Affidavit was by home builders in lieu of submitting an actual grading plan for the home site. Home builder will be required to maintain the current drainage pattern for that resident lot. Lots that fall within or to the floodplain will still be required to submit a lot grading plan, and the use of the affidavit will not be allowed. City Administration recommends approving Ordinance number 3625. Item G7 to consider approving Resolution number 2020-06, amending 19-1 and 3, authorizing the purchase of one replacement vehicle to correctly identify the vendor from whom the purchase is being made. Resolution number 2019-173 was approved on December 10, 2019, authorizing the purchase of a vehicle for the fire department from Siddons Martin Emergency Group through the City's Cooperative Purchasing Assistance Area Cooperative, or HGAC. During the purchase order creation, it was discovered that the quote did not reflect the correct HGAC vendor. The vendor for whom the city is actually purchasing the vehicle is Chastain Ford, Siddons Martin Emergency Group being the vendor whom Chastain Ford is contracting to purchase the vehicle for departments. In order for City Administration to move forward with the approved purchase of the replacement command vehicle, the resolution needs to be amended to reflect Chastain Ford as the vehicle's purchase vendor. City Administration recommends approving Resolution number 2020-16. Agenda G, to consider a Resolution 2020-01 authorizing the City Manager to approve the purchase of 6 patrol vehicles for the police department, the total amount $106,094 from Reliable Chevrolet through the Sheriff's Association of Texas contract. The current fixed asset budget for vehicles and equipment includes $220,000 for the purchase of replacement patrol vehicles and $120 for the purchase of 2 new additional patrol vehicles for the police department. The patrol vehicles are being replaced meet the recommended replacement criteria based on life cycle, cost, age, and utilization. One of the 2 new patrol vehicles is for the new patrol district on the west side of the city, and the other vehicle is for traffic enforcement, which is being purchased from remaining red light fund revenues. The City of Farmers Branch requested a quotation from the Sheriff's Association of Texas contract and desires to award the purchase of the patrol vehicles to Reliable Chevrolet. The current budget amount for patrol vehicles is $349,000. The quotation came in $152,906 under the anticipated budgeted amount, which will be used to outfit the vehicles with emergency lighting and equipment as necessary. City Administration recommends approving Resolution number 2020-015. And agenda item G9 is to consider board and commission appointments to the Census Ad Hoc Committee. A vacancy has occurred with the resignation of Vanessa Serrano, who represented District 2 on the Census Ad Hoc Committee. As vacancies come up, City Council may appoint members to fill open positions on a board or commission. The current structure of the Census Ad Hoc Committee consists of 1 member from each council district. The current vacancy is for District 2, Place 2. The City Secretary's office received one application from Jessica Rodriguez, who resides in District 2. The applicant currently serves on the Library Board and wishes to also serve on the Census Committee. She has passed all background requirements and is eligible to serve. That was it for the consent agenda. On the regular agenda for the second regular meeting of 2020, agenda item H1 is to conduct a public hearing and consider adopting ordinance number 3626 for a request to amend the comprehensive zoning ordinance, including amending Article 3.3, measurement and exceptions as it relates to front entry garages. Agenda item I1 is to consider approving resolution number 2020-004, adopting the comprehensive annual financial report for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2019, as submitted by Grant Thornton, LLP. Agenda item I2 is to consider adopting ordinance number 3624, amending Chapter 56, Section 81E-F3 of the Farmers Branch Code of Ordinances by removing language requiring grinding of tree stumps in front yards. And agenda item I3 is to consider approving resolution number 2020-017, authorizing the city manager to negotiate and sign an interlocal cooperation agreement for Alpha Road Connector project with the town of Addison and the Dallas County Community College District. In addition, the council may recess into closed session, but will then reconvene into regular session to take any necessary action. And that will do it for the January 21st agenda. For more information on those items or the full agenda, log on at farmersbranchtx.gov. Every regular meeting of the Farmers Branch City Council can be seen live right here on FBTV. That is Spectrum Cable Channel 16 in Farmers Branch, AT&T UVerse Channel 99 throughout the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, or online at www.farmersbranchtx.gov. This here City Council information program will be made available simultaneous to the agenda posting on the Friday before each regular City Council meeting, and will air prior to the live meeting as well as before all council meeting replays here on FBTV. That replay schedule is at 6 p.m. 7 days a week. All meetings are subject to change, so stay tuned to FBTV for any updates and more information. In the meantime, the January 21st meeting of the City Council starts at 6 p.m. this Tuesday evening here at Farmers Branch City Hall. We hope to see you here. Until then, for everyone here in the studio, I'm Tom Bryson. You're watching continuing coverage of the Farmers Branch City Council on FBTV. Please stay with us.